أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم خذ من أموالهم صدقة تطهرهم وتزكيهم بها وصل عليهم إن صلاتك سكن لهم والله سميع عليم. In the previous verses, we had discussed in regards to Hazrat Abu Lubaba bin Mundir radiallahu ta'ala anhu and the 6 Sahaba together with him. They came and they tied themselves to the pillars of Masjid al-Nabawi. And when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam freed them in the morning after Fajr Salah, after a number of days, then they brought all their wealth and they wanted to give it in sadaqah. But Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam only accepted 1/3 of their wealth. So referring to that, Allah ta'ala says, خُذْ مِنْ أَمْوَالِهِمْ صَدَقَةً تُطَهِّرُهُمْ وَتُزَكِّيهِمْ بِهَا وَصَلِّ عَلَيْهِمْ. That takes sadaqah from their wealth, O Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. تُطَهِّرُهُمْ وَتُزَكِّيهِمْ بِهَا. You will cleanse them and you will purify them by means of this. If you take the sadaqah from them, they will be cleansed and they will be purified. وَصَلِّ عَلَيْهِمْ, and make dua for these Sahaba. إِنَّ صَلَاتَكَ سَكَنٌ لَهُمْ. Verily, your dua is a means of comfort for the Sahaba. وَاللَّهُ سَمِيعٌ عَلِيمٌ, and Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is all hearing and Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is all knowing. Allah Ta'ala further says, أَلَمْ يَعْلَمُوا أَنَّ اللَّهَ هُوَ يَقْبَلُ التَّوْبَةَ عَنْ عِبَادِهِ. That do they not know that verily Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is the being that accepts tawbah from his servants. وَيَأْخُذُ الصَّدَقَاتِ, and Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is the one that accepts sadaqah. Those that spend in the path of Allah for the pleasure of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala will accept it. وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ هُوَ التَّوَّابُ الرَّحِيمُ, and verily Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is the one that accepts tawbah, and Allah Ta'ala is most merciful. Allah further says, وَقُلْ اعْمَلُوا فَسَيَرَ اللَّهُ عَمَلَكُمْ وَرَسُولُهُ وَالْمُؤْمِنُونَ. That say to them, O Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that you carry on doing whatever actions you are doing. Allah and His Rasul and the mu'mineen, they will soon see all your amal, all your actions, all this will be before them. And this is only in dunya that they will see all this. وَسَتُرَدُّونَ إِلَىٰ عَالِمِ الْغَيْبِ وَالشَّهَادَةِ فَيُنَبِّئُكُم بِمَا كُنتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ. And soon you will be returned to the knower of the unseen and the seen. Meaning Allah has the knowledge of the unseen also. Allah has the knowledge of the seen also. So you will be returned to the knower of the unseen and the seen, and Allah will inform you then of what you people used to do. وَآخَرُونَ مُرْجَوْنَ لِأَمْرِ اللَّهِ إِمَّا يُعَذِّبُهُمْ وَإِمَّا يَتُوبُ عَلَيْهِمْ. Here now Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala speaks of another category of people that did not participate in the battle of Taubah. These people were true mu'mineen, they were true servants of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. So referring to them, Allah Ta'ala says that, and as for other people, murjauna li amrillah, that their matter has been suspended, their matter had been delayed, meaning that these people also came to Nabi alayhi Islam and spoke the truth, that why they didn't participate in the battle of Taubah. They didn't have any valid excuse, so their matter was delayed. For 40 days they were boycotted in Madinatul Munawwara. So Allah Ta'ala says that the matter was delayed li amrillah, for the command of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. Imma yu'adhibuhum wa imma yatubu alayhim. Either Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala will punish these 3 Sahaba, Ka'b bin Malik, Murara bin Rabi and Hilal bin Umayyah. Either Allah Ta'ala will punish them, or either Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala will accept their tawbah. Wallahu alimun hakim. Allah Ta'ala has full knowledge over everything, and Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is all wise. Later on, after 50 days, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala accepted the tawbah of these 3 Sahaba as well. Thereafter, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, in the next verse, Allah Ta'ala starts speaking of a masjid that was built in Madinatul Munawwara by the munafiqeen. This masjid is referred to in this verse of the Quran Sharif as Masjid al-Dirar. Now there were 2 masjids in Madinah Sharif. One was Masjid al-Nabawi and the second was Masjid al-Quba, that was always in Madinah Sharif. But the munafiqeen, they decided to put up a 3rd masjid which is referred to as Masjid al-Dirar. Many a times I asked the guides over there that where was this masjid actually located. So some of them had pointed out, they say approximately where you stand by Masjid al-Quba, and if you look up then you'll find there's hills, some mountains that are there. So they indicate in that direction and they say this is where the masjid was put up. Approximately in this area not far from Masjid al-Quba. So it is mentioned that when this masjid was put up, these munafiqeen, they came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and they told Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Ya Rasulullah, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that when it is extremely hot, or when it is extremely cold, or when it is raining, it is difficult for the people to come all the way to Masjid al-Nabawi. So for the elderly people, the weak people, the sick people, we put up this masjid so that they can perform salah. For convenience, we put up this masjid. So they also wanted barakat from Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam externally, because these were munafiqeen. So they said, we want you also to come and perform salah in this masjid. But who was actually behind this masjid? There was a person by the name of Abu Amir. This Abu Amir, he was a hypocrite, a munafiq as well. But in the days of Jahiliyyat, he was a Christian monk. He had given up the world, he had gone out into the jungles. So because he was a Christian monk, he was also known as amongst the ulama of the Ahl Kitab. They respected him, they regarded him as a great sheikh amongst them. But when Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam came to Madinatul Munawwara, then he had now opposition, because he was the sheikh amongst all the ignorant Arabs. So he had opposition. But he thought that very soon Islam will be wiped out and the Quraysh will once again get the upper hand. When the battle of Badr had taken place, then he saw that now the mushrikeen have been wiped out in reality. So this person eventually, he decided to go to Rome. He started making tabligh first amongst the people. He started propagating his message, but in that also he was not successful. So he decided that let me go to Rome. So he went to Rome to speak to Caesar of Rome. That Islam is just flourishing all over. So the Caesar of Rome at that time, he was preparing to wage war against Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam then prepared and went to Tabuk. So it is mentioned before he left for Rome, he called the munafiqeen and he said, we need a base here in Medina Sharif. So we need to put up a masjid. And from this base of ours, we can do all our plotting, all our planning, and nobody will have doubts, because they will think we in the masjid, we're making the ibadat of Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. And then secondly, he said that when I send my agents, they will require a place to stay. So where are they going to stay? They will stay in this particular masjid. So it is mentioned this masjid was then constructed. And then they came to Nabi alayhi salam and they told him, come and perform salah in the masjid. Nabi sallallahu alayhi salam mentioned that I'm going to Tabuk. I got no time now. When I come back, I will see. And Nabi alayhi salam departed. When he was returning from Tabuk, he came to a place called Dhu Awan. When he came to Dhu Awan, Allah Ta'ala revealed these verses of the Quran in regards to Masjid al-Dirar. That this masjid was built to cause harm to the mu'mineen and the believers. Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam sent a few Sahaba into Madinatul Munawwara before him. And this masjid was then destroyed. Nobody had performed salah in this particular masjid. So inshallah we'll discuss this tomorrow. We'll translate the verse.